Ladies and gentlemen, whether you like it or not.
Greetings, gentle viewers, and welcome to a special Hagan Review. This film was requested by Owen. This film is also often used as a piece of torture equipment, in conjunction often with the Bronze Bull, the Rack, or possibly the Iron Maiden. It's also... Yes? It's not a piece of torture equipment? It's not? Fucking hell! This is Resident Evil. Resident Evil is technically not torture. On time we put him in the Iron Maiden instead. Thank you! Thank you! Anyway, as I was saying, this is Resident Evil.
At the beginning of the 21st century, the Umbrella Corporation had become the largest commercial entity in the United States. In public, it is the world's leading supplier of computer technology, medical products, and healthcare. Its massive profits are generated by military technology, genetic experimentation, and viral weaponry.
Okay, first of all, if 9 out of 10 homes have its products, and it's the world's leading supplier of computer technology, medical products, and healthcare, but its wealth is generated by its military technology, genetic experiments, and viral weaponry, then... Economics, you're doing it wrong! Do you think the writers and director of this film have any concept on how much money is made in medical products, computer tech, and healthcare? No? Well, neither do I, but it's sure to be a fuckload.
Unknown even to its own employees.
If the employees of Umbrella have absolutely no idea what they're making, then do they employ monkeys? Have they got a legion of nameless, faceless, brainless organ donors just wandering around doing their work for them? Have they been using my minion packs? There's a room inside a black hole, and someone in a hazard suit is working some robotic arms. You can tell this is the present day. The hazard suit is white, and he's stealing some nifty paperweights. Oh, that's cool! That would look really great on my desk. You'd love my desk. It's big, black, and it just screams death-dealing misters of destruction! But approachable. Oh, that paperweight would really offset the skulls. So the guy chucks the paperweight and leaves the room. Oh, they don't want us to know the identity of the paperweight destroying madman. That's a twist. I guess what was in it was extremely hot. No wonder they kept it locked up. I want one even more extremely smashable, extremely fragile, and extremely hot! Just imagine the fun I could have with that. Alas, it's not extremely hot, just an unoriginal special effect representing a virus in the air. The dogs that are locked up immediately begin to bark. These dogs can smell the virus in the air and want to attack it. Well, I guess some sort of congratulations are in order. Your secret genetics labs full of people who don't know what they're doing have been extremely busy. So the trusty sentient computer watches and discovers that the virus has been released. Why it had no idea that some guy had stolen the virus and broke the thing it was in before it got released, I don't know. Maybe it can see, but it can't hear. So, like all hyper-intelligent computers that is faced with a virus outbreak that turns its victims into zombies once they die, a virus that does nothing to them unless they die, a virus which has its antivirus easily available in another lab, the computer decides to kill everyone.
Of course!
Tears, please. It's a waste of good suffering.
You survived terra incognita. Please exit the elevator now.
It's a practical Joker's psycho hyper-intelligent computer. In many ways, the best type. The computer also seals off the base and refuses to send a message to the outside world to let everyone know what happened. Hyper-intelligent computers, ready to act like retards in order to let the story happen. So we cut to Mila Jovovich and... Hey! PG-rated nudity! So she's lying on the floor of a shower, just waking up. Perhaps she's been trying to forget seeing Children of the Living Dead. Although we can hear the shower running, she's not wet. Perhaps she just likes to stand naked and dry in the shower while she listens to the sounds of the shower relaxation CD.
Mila Jovovich has woken up with amnesia. This means she has flashbacks to her life that are both hyper-stylized and not from her point of view. She looks around, not at all pleased, even though she seems to live inside a mansion.
Ah, stand corrected. It's Ted Nugent's house.
That's how Ted Nugent gets high. Quality-controlled firepower.
Or perhaps the house belongs to that couple in Tremors.
So Mila Jovovich has gone exploring and... oh, fuck.
Ladies, gentlemen, and everyone in between, if you woke up in the middle of a giant spooky mansion suffering from amnesia, and you had to go exploring and you were alone, would you wear a slinky little fuck-me dress? Okay, he might.
Get off the road!
There were perfectly good doors.
By the music, I guess we're meant to be terribly excited by this scene. Riveting stuff.
I want your report, soldier.
The house's primary defenses have been activated.
Primary defenses. You mean the sort of primary defenses that lets any random, I don't know, commando squad that's hanging about to burst in through your windows? Fuck, that's efficient.
She's probably still suffering the side effects.
Oh, the primary defense system that makes everyone in the house go unconscious, forget who they are, and have no idea what to do in the case of an emergency. That's even worse!
The guy with the gun against his head is a local cop who dropped in for some reason.
Hey, it's Colin Salmon, playing a badass American commando.
And then you remembered.
Nope, not seeing it.
You can't do this!
Blow me.
Oh, I'd love to, Michelle Rodriguez. But first, a question for the audience. How does a 16-year-old, regardless of how much she's based her entire life and career on Vasquez from Aliens, end up in a fucking elite commando team?
Turns out the base and the labs are miles underground and far from the mansion and are only accessible by a secret train link.
Which makes you wonder why they had guard dogs in the labs in the first place.
The team find Mila Jovovich's husband. Take this as a commentary on their acting ability if you want. He went on to star in Rome and she ended up fucking the director of the movie.
All my directors fuck me.
Well, I'm not all your directors. I'm Cecil B. Demented, the ultimate auteur.
The team have dragged the cop and the two amnesiacs with them and they go into the base to find out what happened and destroy the computer for being mental. None of them are wearing masks or hazard suits, even though there are serious bioweapons in the labs, and there were no bioweapons at the mansion, and they wore gas masks in there.
And just to make things even dumber, the lab where they build all sorts of crazy viruses and genetic experiments is located right underneath a giant city.
Status.
Red Queen is locked onto us. She knows that we're here.
Who's the Red Queen?
State-of-the-art artificial intelligence. She's the computer that controls the hive.
Gotta say, I love the hyper-intelligent psycho-murdering computer's dedication to the story over logic by not continuing its pattern and killing the team.
This is gonna slow us down. Our route to the Queen takes us straight through these labs.
Rain, JD, see how bad the flooding is.
Well, the flooding looks pretty bad.
What happened here? 5 hours ago, Red Queen went homicidal. Sealed the hive and killed everyone down here.
So you don't have a way to shut down a super intelligent AI that you calmly describe as having gone homicidal from very far away from it.
Well, you, and possibly you are all going to die, because everyone is going to die except for Mila Jovovich and her love interest. I have no idea who her love interest is, but it most definitely will not be Michelle Rodriguez, because this film is nowhere near interesting enough to have a love affair between Mila Jovovich and a 16-year-old female commando. More's the fucking pity.
Here,
No, listen.
please, come on. It's cold in here.
And she's too dumb to dress properly.
The cop stares at a grating in a needlessly ominous way. This pointless moment has been brought to you by director Paul W.S. Anderson.
So let's move it.
Poor bastards.
And she dramatically wakes up for a jump scare in 3, 2, 1.
Dining Hall B. That's what it says on the map.
Maybe you're reading it wrong.
Maybe the corporation's keeping a few secrets down here.
Oh no! They found the evil corporation's secret dry ice factory! So the computer is called the Red Queen and they have reached its mainframe, but they have to walk through an ominous corridor to get there. Danger music!
What's that?
I like how you said that before the laser appeared. The laser kills the woman, and even though the wound is well and truly cauterized, she still manages to bleed from the stump in her neck. So the lasers keep coming, and before long... I'd say that was pretty cool, but I've already seen Cube. Cube, when watching a film named after a shape, except no substitutes. I'm wondering, why didn't the lasers do that to begin with? Now, everyone, think about this for a second. We're watching a zombie movie. A zombie movie set in a lab. A genetics lab. A genetics lab where evil viruses and evil genetic engineering takes place. And so far, half of our heroes have been killed by lasers. So they set up an EMP or something to destroy the computer.
Don't listen to anything she says. She's a holographic representation of the Red Queen.
Why the hell would you spend a fuckload of money on a hologram that almost no one will see? The pulse pulses and the computer goes down, cutting the power and opening all the locked doors and releasing the zombies. What the fuck sort of locks open with such strength that the doors themselves open when the power's cut? So yeah, there are zombies now.
You seem to be in some sort of...
I want to eat her too.
What was all the shooting?
We found a survivor. She was crazed. She bit me.
She's gone.
This might appear to be yet another dumb moment, but I have actual documentary footage of zombies that explode when hit. You know, I'm getting tired of covering for bad zombie movies. Resident Evil, you owe me. Zombies shamble in, they gun them down again. I think this is supposed to be exciting.
Let's go! Open the door! Kick! Break! We are leaving!
Sorry, I just needed a clip from a film that's actually exciting to remind me I'm still alive.
Start a fire, start a fire, start a fire today. Burn it, burn it, burn it, burn it, burn it all away. Fire! Fire!
So, where are we? Oh yes, the red shirts are going into the lift.
See how easy that was?
So they run off and get into the mainframe and discuss how no one seems to know what a zombie is.
When you cut the power, you unlock the doors. You let them out.
Kind of the job you were here to do, really, Michelle. Don't blame him. Blame the guys who invented your computer, the guys who designed your door system. In fact, blame everyone involved in your company, because if there was one iota of intelligent grey matter in the entire organization, this would not have happened. Mila Jovovich has gone off by herself and of course ended up in a lab with the dogs, who have burst out of their cages and developed a sudden case of harlequinichthyosis.
I know Kung Fu.
Well, this is hardly a fair fight. On one side you've got Mila the Nordic ninja, on the other side you've got Lassie the plague dog. Now this guy would be a worthy opponent. Because he's a moron, the cop is looking for his sister who worked in the offices. And what do you know, she's there, and she's one of those harmless looking zombies who dramatically attack when they're close. Mila kills her with a paperweight. That is a nice paperweight. Turns out the cop isn't a cop and he's actually an activist who's been trying to reveal what's been going on in the labs. The cop's sister, for some reason, even though she works in the lab, could not get a hold of the virus herself and had to have a contact with high-level clearance to get it for her. They plan to give it to the government. Because that's a good idea. We're meant to think that Mila stole the virus for her, but at the last minute had a change of heart and decided to sell it, and then set it off in the base in order to cover her tracks. I'm really not sure how much use the zombie virus will be in a war situation anyway. It doesn't kill your target, it just turns you into a zombie once you're dead. Why not just kill them the first time? And once the zombies are released, what are you gonna do? Celebrate the mutually assured destruction as the world collapses into a game of Left 4 Dead 2? Have all the positions and power in this world been filled with affirmative action for dumb, evil people? Mila and the guy get into the mainframe after being chased by an army of zombies that is so impressive that we couldn't possibly show them on screen. So they decide to switch the computer on again and get her to help them escape. They set up a device that allows them to destroy her if she messes with them. Well, that's an uncharacteristically sensible move. So the team talk to the computer, who explains all about the virus, how it got airborne in the base and infected everyone there, how she killed everyone to make them escape the terrible fate of being infected and being able to take a cure. All the members of the team are now infected because they went down into the base without gas masks, and they can be cured except for Michelle Rodriguez, who has been infected through a zombie bite with the same virus she already had, and she will soon die and become a zombie!
Everybody getting this so far?
So they decide to escape, aided by the computer, before logic can catch up with them and drink their spinal fluid. The escape takes them to the sewers, where it appears to be raining, and suddenly, because the story requires it, the zombies have snuck up on them.
This could be worse.
I regret nothing! The director has no idea that slow motion does not make crap action look cool, and everyone makes it up onto some pipes that look like they shouldn't be able to handle that much weight. The tech guy ends up in the pipes by himself with the zombies approaching. He has one bullet left. What a pussy. So the guy from Rome remembers that he was the person who set off the virus. Shocking, given they found him on the train, having been knocked unconscious trying to escape.
Spent?
He plans to sell the virus and offers Mila the chance to rule the galaxy with him as father and son or something. He then gets bitten and runs off by himself. He makes it to the train and is about to inject himself with the antivirus when the licker... I've never really played the game. As far as I can tell, it's a love child between Gene Simmons and a xenomorph. Attacks and eats him. The computer that is dedicated to keeping the virus inside the base released an efficient hunter infected with it in order to kill a man who, while he was infected with the virus, had the antivirus and was about to take it. If I fire with petrol, why don't you?
What the fuck is that?
One of the hive's early experiments. Now that it has fed on fresh DNA, it will mutate. Becoming a stronger, faster hunter.
So the computer refuses to let them out even though there's an antivirus on the train because there's a small chance it won't work and Michelle Rodriguez will infect the rest of the world.
I'm sorry, but it's a risk I cannot take.
You hate risks, which is why you released the liquor. I guess that makes sense, because it was definitely a bad idea. The computer yells that they must kill Michelle Rodriguez. Michelle Rodriguez yells that she must die. Mila Jovovich yells that she can't do it, and the other guy wonders what the fuck he's doing in this film. Mila doesn't kill her, and the computer gets so angry it dies. Actually, no.
The bitch wouldn't open the door.
The tech guy who didn't kill himself arrives. Turns out he fried the computer with their computer frying device from earlier. You'd think that he would have thrown that to the other ones when it looked like he was going to die, what with it being their only defense against the computer and everything. And why didn't the computer kill them when they were separated? So on the way to the train, we see plenty of shots of braless Mila's nipples through her dress. Thanks. She takes the antivirus from the Rome guy, splats his zombie head in and gets on the train. Michelle Rodriguez seems to have died.
Oh, you!
Really worth revealing he was still alive a few minutes ago, wasn't it? Around this time I wished I owned a copy of the movie Killer Tongue so I could insert clips of it here. Rodriguez becomes a zombie, her teeth immediately go brown and she gets shot. Now, even though the liquor has scratched the only surviving guy, and earlier the computer had this to say, they decide to wait until they get back to the mansion before injecting the other guy with the antivirus. Of course the evil white-suited scientists are waiting and take the guy away to study him.
I want to know what went on down there.
Yeah, it's a great pity that with all of our amazing technology, no one worked out a way to allow computers to communicate with each other. Or no one worked out how we can record visuals, or send those visuals from one place to another, or even the ability to record sound. Mila wakes up in the middle of a deserted hospital, someone's put up a newspaper reference to the Romero classic Day of the Dead, and then Mila went on to appear in even worse sequels. This is awful. It's an insult to the zombie genre, and that's saying something. It's stupid, it's bad, bad, bad. Not Children of the Living Dead bad, but it's bad. This movie has one major problem. It's shit. Well, apart from that. It's 15 rated. Now, in many ways, making a goreless and unhorrific horror movie that genuinely frightens you is the hallmark of a gifted filmmaker. But this is a zombie movie. This is about walking corpses that want to eat you alive. The filmmakers of this have no concept of what makes zombie film work. And the lasers, the soundtrack, and all the rest of the crap they added, like Kung Fu, just compounded the problem. The film was directed by Paul W.S. Anderson. He made a crap little film called Shopping. Then he made 2 decent ones in Mortal Kombat and Event Horizon. And then he made Soldier, which was decent until about 10 minutes in, and then became shit. Everything he made afterwards was shit. I think that after his first film, he realised that he had no ability and tried to sell his soul in order to make awesome films. The devil haggled him down to 2 and a bit decent movies in exchange for his soul. Now, if I'm right, the director of Alien vs. Predator and Resident Evil is going to spend the rest of eternity in hell! Well, anyway, this film is shit, and I wish I'd never seen it before. This was a request from Owen. Fuck you, Owen! I'm the Amanda Hagan, and I have to live with that every day. Great pity that with all of our amazing technology, no one has yet worked out a way to allow computers to communicate with each other.
Not now, Bonnie.